All right. Welcome back, y'all, to another week, another episode of the No 304 Show. I am 78 Sports TV. We're going to kick it for a minute before the homie Blu-ray get up in here. We're going to open up the panel. We're going to have a good conversation today, something real important. First, let me scroll up and see what we got in the building. King Strict up in the building. What's happening with it, homie? Now, let me put the brothers up there. We got the homie Rod Neal is in the building. The homie Gabe Moore is up in here. We got AB in the building. We got the sister Love is the Word in the building. What it do? The homie Jerry Green is up in here. We got up in the building. Brother I Am Trill Will, what it do, fam? We also opened up the channel memberships. If y'all want to support, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, though, y'all. Let's get right to it. So what caused me to have this topic today is that a few days ago, a female friend of mine, me and her having a conversation, and she gets real emotional at times and whatnot, but, she don't have a good relationship with her mother at all. You know what I'm saying? She never knew her father, okay? But she doesn't have she was raised by her mom, and she rotated between her mother's house and her grandmother's house. So her mom and her mom's house, okay? And she don't really have a good relationship with her mother. They fight a lot. She said that her mom always used to like hate on her when she was a teenager, like just jealous of her, saying little stuff like that. Used to always say, she said her mom used to try to pit her and her sister against each other, right? One was light skinned, one was dark skinned, and the mother's light skinned, her sister light skinned, and she's like, I guess, brown skinned. But she said they made her feel like she was the blackest, dirtiest cockroach in the house or something. You know what I'm saying? They just dragged her, right? Her mom, whenever her mom would get mad, she would bring up, just really a lot of self-hate and to try to break her self-esteem with that, you know what I mean? So, anyway, long story short, she never met her father before. Only thing she know about her father is the stories that her mother told her about her alleged father. We gotta say alleged because we don't know if her mom was telling the truth or not. But anyway, me and her having this conversation, and she says to me, she started crying and stuff, and she talking about how she hate her dad. I hate him. He a piece of trash. I can't stand him. I'm like, I thought you said you didn't know your dad. She's like, I don't. That's why I hate him, because he wasn't there for me. And this, I'm like, well, listen, you know what I'm saying? With all due respect, I know you emotional, but if you don't know the man, you don't know if he even know you exist. Like, how do you even know that this man knows you even exist? You could be hating somebody that might not even know if you exist. I know your mom told you some stories, but from what you tell me about your mother, does she seem like the type of person you can trust? You know what I mean? How do you know your mom even knows who your father is? You know what I mean? So I think you're channeling your hatred and anger in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? What's up, Southside? What it do, fam? I'm gonna go through here again and give y'all some wrenches, man, to the fam that I'll be missing. But I'm like, how do you why have this hatred towards a man you never met, and you don't even know if this man even knows you exist? But your mother, who did raise you, the one parent you did have, treated you like trash. Why are you giving this woman a pass for your trauma that you have? She was like, yeah, I know she is. I'm not giving her a pass. It's just that he could have been there. He could have came and checked on me. He could have. I'm like, baby, he don't know. How you know that this man know you even exist? Salute to the story, the sensei in the building. I'm gonna make sure I get y'all wrenches after the show. I'm like, how do you know that this man even knows that you even exist? You know what I'm saying? So this is not fair for you to be, and then she's not the only one. I've had other females in the past do similar things. I know this one girl who hated her. She used to blame her stepdad. Her stepdad, it's not even your biological father. This man stepped in and took responsibility to raise you. Your mother treated this man like absolute doo-doo, right? Treated this man like doo-doo. Used to fight him and all kind of stuff. This man had no obligation to take care of you, but he did. And then even when he broke up with your mother, the man still stayed in contact with you because you were the only father figure he was the only father figure that you knew, and you still hate him because he couldn't make it work with your mama. So my thing is this: I don't understand in this society. What's up, Tears Frank? I don't understand the need to make mothers, toxic mothers now, feel like they are beyond criticism. They can do no wrong, right? So I'm going to play this clip right here, this little thing I put together of other women to complain about their mamas. Okay, hold on. Let me rewind it because this thing is supposed to start up naturally.
The older I get, the less I feel the need to sugarcoat that. There is a difference between wanting a baby and wanting to be a mother. Too many women confuse the two. There are so many women who love the idea of being a mom, but when it comes to actually parenting the child, they don't enjoy it. And some of those women will continue to have children and then simply not take care of them. I was the oldest of 2 kids in the house, but I wasn't her first child. She had a child before me that she left with the father. All 3 of us had different dads, and she had no contact with that kid. It used to really piss me off when she would talk about wanting a relationship with that daughter. Meanwhile, she made no effort to have a relationship with me. She used to tell me how much she wanted a boy. She gave birth to my brother, and suddenly she had everything she ever wanted. Him and I genuinely had 2 different versions of her, and she would remind me almost proudly how much she loved him. My dad was involved in my life. His dad was not. So she felt like she had to give him more of her so he wouldn't feel left out, which really meant that she gave me none of her. And I truly believe that she thought having me would keep my dad in her life the way she wanted him. And when that didn't happen, she resented me for it. Child services was in and out of our lives more times than I can count. But because of where we lived and who my mother was in the community, everybody looked the other way. Silence protected them, not me.
We always talk about absent dads, but we don't talk about toxic mothers. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's the disconnect with these types of students that you see.
Nobody listens to them. Nobody separates the trauma from the child. You don't know where they're coming from. They're coming from abuse. They're coming from food insecurity. They're coming from mothers who just cuss them out. You know how we just say, good morning, how are you? Mm-hmm. You get your fucking ass up. Get just like your dad. You're never going to be anything. So when you start programming the child's mind like that, by the time they come to school, I'm still processing everything that my mom said to me. How can I focus like in math when I don't even feel good about myself? Mm-hmm. You get into school, take your hood off, do this. How about, hey, did you eat today? Are you okay? Yeah. You need a hug? Yeah. I don't think people do it on purpose, and I don't think parents do it on purpose, but I think that's how they were raised. You know what I mean? And so it's like, well, I turned out okay. No, you didn't. Mm-hmm. You messed up. And like I said, I'm in therapy. Yeah. I mean, because of the stuff that I went through. Mm-hmm. It's like when I come in, I create that safe place for them. I build relationships with them. It's not all about academics. It's about how are you doing? Are you okay? Did you eat today? I even wash clothes at school. People don't do that. Like, I give my kids like duffel bags, and they just roll up to my office, and I'll go wash their clothes and fold it and send it back home, because I want them to show up at their best self. As an educator, I don't even just look as an educator. I'm a life changer. That's how I look at it.
Some mothers will be their kids' worst enemies. Let me tell y'all something. Some parents put kids against each other only because they want to play the middleman. They want to hear about your problems. They want to hear about your problems. And yes, they running back telling siblings. I am so glad that I was not raised in a family like that. But I spoke to a lot of women, and they tell me this all the time. They don't get along with the sibling. A mother is one of the first ones who could be your enemy. A mother is one of the first ones who could cause conflict between siblings. And when y'all grown, y'all don't know where the shit come from. But y'all 30s and 40s, and y'all still going through the same shit because of your mother.
Mom, I hate you motherfuckers. The fuck? Duh. I hate all of my kids. Every single one of them. That's why I kicked them all out. But this motherfucker don't want to leave. The fucking bum ass that talks all the shit. Do you think this camera phased me? Do you think that?
You go on YouTube, TikTok.
I don't care.
You know you don't.
I don't care.
You know you don't.
You want to call me a bitch in my house?
I disown you.
Put the camera right there on the food where I'm cooking.
I disown you.
I disown you.
You're not my mother no more.
I never wanted to be your mother. Looney Tunes.
Disown. Get back to cooking your food.
Pork chop. Cooking dinner.
Poor you.
For me, I don't eat pork chop first of all, so it ain't for me.
Poor you.
It ain't for me. What else? What else? I don't eat pork chops. What else? What else? Stay right there. While I fucking have a recipe going on my phone. Show that.
Such a great mom.
Who said I was? I hate all of you motherfuckers. Get that fucking clear.
This is such a great mom. You have a recipe going on. You already made yourself look stupid.
I don't care. I hate all of you.
You already made yourself
Put it on YouTube, TikTok. I don't care. I'll be viral. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I told you. What else?
Thanks for buying me this.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And then on top of it, thanks for buying me this.
Y'all see this?
Y'all see this?
Every day my sister,
17-year-old.
Percy.
Y'all see this?
She saw her kids.
Nah, except for Kaizen.
She saw her
Only you all. Get it right.
Look at her.
I don't like any of you. What else?
I know.
I don't know.
We
What
all
else?
knew that.
Good.
We all knew that.
I know. And I'm telling you that. I'm reiterating what you already know. I'm agreeing with you. What else? What else are you going to try to tell me that ain't true? That I already know about myself?
I didn't say you the one who said it.
And I'm agreeing with you. What? Ask your dad too. I told him too. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. You think he wants any of you neither? The fuck? I'm just saying. It's the truth. Nobody wants y'all.
My daddy cares about me.
Good. Because I don't. At least one parent does. Shit. At least one parent does. Thank God for your dad. I give him props for that.
Y'all see this shit, man?
That man, I give that man a
Y'all see
high
this shit, man?
five props. Her father. His father deserves a high five props because he cares about these crazy ass kids that I have to deal with.
Why do narcissistic mothers get worse with age? Because they start losing the things that once gave them power. As their looks, status, or influence fade, they cling to what's left, their role as the mother. They demand loyalty, attention, and obedience, even when they've done nothing to earn it. You'll see a lot of guilt tripping, self-victimization, and gaslighting. But none of it is about you. It's about their insecurity, entitlement, and fear of losing control.
Alrighty, so let me remove this thing from the stage. All right, so now I just wanted to play that little collage of clips just so y'all can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But the lady at the end, okay, was this not the last lady who spoke, but the Asian lady, Pacific Islander, whatever she was. She's an absolute idiot. Okay, she telling her kids she don't want them, she can't stand them, and this is why I don't like parents that try to talk to their kids like they're friends, laughing with them, joking, listening to the same music, and having debates about Nicki Minaj and all this type of stuff, because you create a level of equality that shouldn't exist. Your kids shouldn't feel like they're on your level at any time, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of mothers sadly do this because they try to be the cool mom, you know what I mean? They start off being a cool mom and all this type of stuff, and they want to be their daughters and kids' friends, and oh yeah, cool, it's okay, you can wear that to the concert. Oh yeah, you can go by your sleepover your boyfriend's house and all this type of stupid mess. And then they're actually sabotaging their kids with this type of behavior. The kids have no respect for you, right? You argue. Why is she arguing with her son like that? If you feel like your son, listen, we black. We already know what time it is. If I even attempted, if I even looked like I was disrespecting my mama, it wouldn't have been a I'm gonna go grab my phone situation. No. Do you know what would have happened to me if I was doing the stuff that this boy was doing, talking crazy? First of all, my mother would have never talked to me like that. I was fortunate enough to be raised by a mother and father that both loved me and spoke to me with some sense and stuff like that. I got disciplined. I got my behind whooped. Better believe it. But they never degraded me. My mother never told me I was nothing, or I was never called stupid in my household. I was never called ugly. I was, you know what I'm saying? None of that ever happened in my household. But I felt bad for kids that it did happen to. You see what I'm saying? Because I knew a lot of kids that their mama, especially their mamas, talk to them like that. You know what I'm saying? Their mamas would talk to them like, "It's your stupid behind this, it's your stupid ass this, and you ugly ass." And I'm like, man, And bro, and even more diabolical, especially in the black community, bro. How many times, bro? I've been seeing in the last about 15 years. I've noticed so many mothers calling their sons the B word. B, you got me messed up. Oh, B, you better get that girl out of my house. B, oh, B, you better. I'm like, whoa. If you raising your son, calling him a B, what kind of man do you think he's gonna grow to be at all? If your son is 15 years old and you catch him smoking weed in the house, and you open the door and say, "Bitch, I know you ain't smoking in my house," what kind of man do you think he's gonna develop into being? Why can't you find a different word to use? But you know what? These women don't get criticized. People when they post videos like that on the internet, people laugh and, oh, mama ain't no joke. But let a father come on the internet, snatch his son up or anything, the whole comment section is going to be full of criticism and critiques and what he should or shouldn't be doing. It's amazing to me for a funky broad who didn't even have a daddy to tell you, a father, how to raise your children. Ain't that crazy? How is a woman who ain't got a daddy, who wasn't raised by a man, I should say, how can she tell you how to raise your child? How? This is the problem I have with the internet, you know what I'm saying, in general, is that the internet is a place where everybody can be whoever they want to be, and people can fake the funk, and people can come on here and just run their mouth, run amok, talking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the qualifications to tell me how to be a father or a man if you wasn't raised by one. What's your example? Don't tell me about no Tyler Perry movie. Where's your example of manhood? You understand? For you to even question how I'm moving with my children and my family. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The internet has given everybody a voice. A lot of people who don't need a voice. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't need a voice, you know. I don't listen. When I come on here, I'm talking about things that I'm qualified to speak on. I don't come on here talking about you know what I'm saying, the what's underneath the Arctic ice and how long you know, organisms can survive, and that's not my lane. I'm gonna shut up if we're talking about that kind of stuff. But this is my lane. See what I'm saying? So I wish more people would be able to humble themselves enough to say, you know what? I ain't married. Let me not talk about marriage. I ain't even in a relationship. Let me not talk about relationships. I ain't even had a relationship longer than 2 years in my whole life. A man never committed to me. Let me not even talk about what a good man is. I ain't even have a father. Yeah, exactly. Sit over there in the corner, you know what I'm saying? Eat your yogurt parfait and shut the fuck up. That's what you need to do. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna open up the panel because I want to get other people's thoughts on this mother situation and why toxic mothers seem to get a pass in this society, but fathers don't. I mean, we always hear about deadbeat dads, right? And then it is some deadbeat piece of trash dads out here, but it's a whole lot of brothers that I know personally that are single fathers that's taking care of their kids. I know brothers that went to court and battled it out trying to get their kids. I know brothers that, man, please, there's so many good dudes out here, man, that's trying to be in their kids' life, and these women purposely keep these brothers out of the children's lives because they want the kids to hate them or they want to hurt the man. Especially if they see that this man wants to be in a kid life, then they know they can use that against you, hold the kids from you. Now, if you a deadbeat and you don't want nothing to do with the kids, then she's going to try to force the kids on you. This is how petty these monsters is. See what I'm saying? He said, brother say, he said, toxic mothers get a pass because the black community is matriarchy. Let me drop this link in the chat in case y'all want to come up here and cook for the homie Blu-ray get here. All right. Let's get some experiences up here, man. Some of y'all thoughts and observations on this. Like I said, because I got I can talk 2-3 hours by myself about this topic because I got a lot of female friends, a lot of women I've encountered. They have horrible relationship with their mothers. Like I say, I got a lot of female friends that's 304s, professional 304s. You know what I'm saying, or retired 304s, and their mamas got them in the game. Their mamas set them up, leaving them in the house. Oh, uh, I gotta go to work, but this is my friend Ricky. You can stay with him for a little while, and woo woo, and he go $20. You know, yeah, he gonna get y'all some ice cream, and he gonna get y'all some pizza and all that old mess. Man, come on, man, this nasty work, nasty work. Let me see here. What's up, young Abel?
Good evening. How you doing?
You doing good, bro? How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Long day at work, though, bro. But I'm finally at home, chilling, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What you think about this topic, Abel, with toxic mothers getting the pass?
Man, bro, like, I'm thankful that I got a mother that basically, did a lot. She's not perfect. She made her own share of mistakes in our lives. But at the same time, she did a lot to make sure that we ate and did a lot for us to make sure that we gave the opportunity to try to succeed better than what she did in her life. I think the big issue why we see a lot of that certain behavior is that here's my opinion. I think we're seeing a lot of entitlement with these kind of women because they feel like they're so entitled to basically a lot more empowerment, but sometimes like wrong type of empowerment. And so when I'm watching a lot of these mothers, conduct their kids in that very negative pattern, it's like, did you even learn anything of how you personally grew up and how to take care of your kids? The thing is, it's like there are certain women in our society that should not have the ability to have kids because of how they grew up. And when I was watching that woman that was basically talking like that woman appeared to me to grow up in an environment where she basically can get away with acting like a broad because no one in her life taught her how to behave like a civil person. And when that happens, it's going to trickle down to the kids. And I remember when I was in elementary school and I saw some, kids at the time that, that behaved well. And then there were a lot of the troubled kids. The thing that really, got my attention as I'm an adult now is that unfortunately, a lot of the kids is a reflection on the parent themselves. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I really get very frustrated is that why is it that the father has to work 20 times as hard to try to do whatever they can for the kid, while the mother at the same time, can get away with things scot-free without no consequence. And I think a lot of it has to do with the psychological system, the system in the country too. It's a lot of different factors, but it starts with, the foundation. If you have a bad foundation at the home, it's going to trickle down into modern society. That's how I kind of look at it to start.
Okay, good stuff. My brother Trill Will in the building. What do you do, Will?
What's up with it, General?
Trilly, what's up, brother?
What's up, Mahari? I can literally write a book about this topic.
I knew he was going to talk about this. I can't wait. Let's go, man.
I legitimately okay. My son's mom. Me and her were cool, like when we were dating and all that. And then she got caught up doing what she was doing. And I left, got an apartment. And the moment I started dating, that's when that toxic, nasty, vindictive, selfish, narcissistic woman came out. Like, that's when she started. I'll meet up with her. Hey, I'm going to come pick up Jay at such and such time at this place, at a neutral place. So it ain't no smoke, ain't nobody talking, ain't nobody doing none of that rah-rah stuff. So it could be a smooth transition. I can go hang out with my son, have fun with him, and I'll meet you right back here. So I'll give you an example. All right, before I got married, I had already talked to her, and we had already talked months before. And I was talking to her on and off every month, like for a year, all the way up until was getting ready to get married. I took my son to get sized up for his suit. He was supposed to be the ring bearer in the wedding. Took him up there to get sized up for his suit. Whole nine. Day before the wedding, I was supposed to pick him up at a neutral location we both agreed on. I get there, and I'm waiting 4.5 hours to pick my son up. This girl done turned her phone off. She done got on social media talking about how much of a deadbeat I was. I wasn't this and I wasn't that. I didn't even respond to it. The thing about it was like once she found out I had started dating again, and it did something to her. When I tell you, bro, I wish. Matter of fact, me and you had to talk behind the scenes about some of this stuff because I don't want to say this stuff out publicly. But I can tell you some stuff that you'll be like, bro, I'm surprised you got your mental capacity together with all the stuff that you done went through. Dog, right. There have been moments I done brought Pampers and formula and clothes and money and all this stuff, and she took this stuff and threw it out in front of the police on me. And it happened several times. Like that, like she done put hands on me. She hit me while I was holding my son after he got his first haircut. I'll never forget this. We agreed on the barber.
Right.
Dude was pretty good with kids and all that. And she wanted to get his haircut. So we took him to get his haircut. I held him the whole time he got his haircut. Dude did a great job on his haircut. We get home. I'm sitting on the bed holding him because he crying. He was hungry. I just changed him. I'm feeding him the bottle. We watching TV, watching cartoons. I finally got him settled down. And out of nowhere, she hit me right in my mouth. She punched me right in my mouth. And he just started screaming. And it caught me off guard. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, hold my son. And the first thing I said was, what the F? And I said it real loud enough to where it started her. She looked, her eyes got big because she didn't think I would say anything like that. Because normally I'm kind of passive. When it comes like people I'm dating, I'm really, really passive. I'm not with all that arguing and rah-rah stuff and tough stuff. I mean, I know when people see me on the internet, they see me engage with trolls and stuff and cuss them out and all that. I'm really not like that. Like in my personal life, I don't like to bring that kind of energy into, especially in a relationship with somebody. I don't like to bring that type of energy. But anyway, like I literally, like at the top of my lungs, I'm yelling like, what you doing? Like, why is you putting your hands on me? And she looked at me, started crying and all this stuff. She called her brother and told her brother that I put my hands on her while I'm holding my son. And he's still crying, by the way. So her brother and a couple of her cousins come over there. I call my uncle. My uncle and about 20 of my cousins roll up to this girl's house, waiting on her brother and them to show up. And they pulled up eventually. And then they seen all these cars setting up. And I'll never forget this. My sister was dating this dude named Ike at the time. He drove a red BMW convertible. I'll never forget this. He pulled up 8 deep. They had 8 deep. I'm talking about trucks, cars. Him and my sister in the Beamer. And there was like 30, 40 niggas in the yard. Like all of them parked out in the yard, ready to get to work. Because that's how they ride behind me, because they know what kind of person I am. I'm not one of those ones that I don't put my hands on a female, but she was so toxic. Like literally, the day after I broke up with her, I was in college. And I'm driving back to college, and she asked me to come pick her up so we could talk. And my dumb behind go over here trying to go and get some booty, pick her up, and she had already sweet time. Oh, we're gonna do this, da-da-da-da-da. Do you know this broad pulled a knife on me while I'm driving?
She crazy, bro.
Like psycho. Like that, bro. When I tell you, I could literally write a book on how toxic moms really, really are, bro. I can literally write. My daughter's mom is a different case, dog. She lost custody of my daughter while I was paying child support, and I never would have known. And Lord rest her soul, if her mama hadn't called me and told me that my daughter was in the custody of the state of Georgia. Like, dog, like you know how I get out. Everything I say, I got documentation to prove it. I got all the orders. I got the legitimization order from the court. I got my attorney I got the retainer that I paid for the attorney. I got all the money that I spent on the retainer. I still got all the money. I got all the receipts and stuff from the money that I spent. I spent $15,000 on a lawyer just to
Right.
go to court to find where my daughter was first off. But this gonna trip you out. To this day, it's been real talk. It's been almost a year, and I haven't talked to my daughter. Not
No,
because I did something, not because I did something wrong, but because her mama told her not to talk to me.
man, that's man. I hate to hear that. I hate to
But
hear that.
peep this though, General. Peep this. The whole time we in court and I'm fighting to get custody of my daughter, right? The
Right.
judge is telling this woman she needs to go to these classes, she needs to do this, because at the time she was staying at a hotel and nobody knew it. I didn't know it. Now, mind you, I'm paying her $850 a month for child support. Now I'm paying child support for 2 kids. That's just for one of them. $850 a month for child support. It's coming out of my check, so I don't care. I'm taking care of my kids. You know what I mean? Because she live with her, and I'm gonna make sure I do my responsible thing. And if she needs anything, just call me. I got you. This broad didn't do none of the classes. She was they had to chase her down. They served her with a bench warrant. Like, bro, like I said, I legitimately got to talk to you and tell you about some of this stuff.
Man.
And because I'm in therapy right now. I'm in therapy like real right now. And I mean, I'm hesitant on calling dudes deadbeats because you never know what caused them to be a deadbeat in the first place.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not one of the ones that rush to judgment. Because, like, people can look at my situation and say, hey, Will, you're a deadbeat, even though I raised my kids. You know what I mean? I raised my kids. I've literally been in my kids' life since they've been on this earth. But, you know, you'll have some people will come back and say, oh, man, you're a deadbeat. You should have did this and you should have did. You never know what was it. What do you tell a man who's showing up, bringing money, bringing food, bringing clothes, bringing formula, bringing everything that child needs to take care of that child, and that woman then takes that stuff, rips it up and throw it in your face and then punches you in your mouth? What do you do then? Then she calls the law and play victim and you get arrested for it because it happened to me.
And Will, let me say this too, man, because I'm glad you brought that up. Because what's up, Brown Sugar? Tate, I see in the building. I used to be like that when it comes to like I'm real funny with dudes who don't take care of their kids. If I find out you ain't taking care of your kids, or you got some kids out there and you ain't seen them and all, I look at you a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't see myself ever like, you know, I just couldn't see myself not taking care of my kids. But the crazy part about what you just said, the truthful part I should say, is that a brother told me something, right? I had a conversation with a brother, and he was telling me about, you know, how we was at this bar, whatever, we were drinking. You know, you meet random people watching the game or whatever. So we talking about the game, and then he started, like, I seen he was kind of like stressing or whatever, and talking about he ain't seen his son. He usually want to watch the game with his son. Him and his son used to watch the game every time. And I'm like, oh, what's up? Where you at? He in trouble or something? I'm thinking he locked up. He's like, nah, man, he won't talk to me, man. I said, oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. He said, man, his mom lied on me, man. And his mom told him all kind of stuff and told me I was beating her up. And she even told the man that I was messing with her when she was underage. Man, she told him all kind of crazy stuff. And he called me, cussed me out. My own son cussed me out, man. And he left me a vicious voicemail. And he said, man, I couldn't believe it. I just kept trying to call him. He wouldn't answer. I texted him back. And he said, man, I just sat in my car. I was crying. I called her. I said, what the hell you tell this boy? And then she was just laughing, man, just laughing and laughing. He said, man, I went over there, and I was so mad. He said, I went over there banging on her door, and she called the police. Police came and arrested me. Yep. So then he fell right into her trap, basically. So so this brother said, man, I've been texting my son. I think he got me blocked. He said, I've been telling my mama to hit him up. He won't even have a conversation with me. He said, man, you know what? For my own mental health, I had to just say, I had to leave it alone, because if I keep pushing it, I'm going to end up putting somebody in the dirt.
Yep.
And I said, bro,
and that can happen. And the jump on what you just said, like the last conversation I had with my daughter, her mama was in the background laughing, and my daughter told me she hated me. And I didn't even get mad. And you want to know the worst part about that is, I told her, I said, if you feel that way, you better stand on it. Because those words right there, when you tell somebody you hate somebody, the same person that spent $15,000 on a lawyer to get you out of your abusive aunt's house where I found you, and you were separated from your siblings, which is what you wanted anyway, which is the reason why I left you in Georgia like you asked me to. Like it was so much I've sacrificed over the years, dog. And just to look back on that hindsight, I'm kind of glad I took the route that I did, and I didn't crash out. And I didn't, and it really taught me a valuable lesson, because I used to be one of them guys that look at some dudes out here that's not in their kids' life and they sound like they're making excuses, but I
Yeah.
never knew what they went through to get to the point to where they are now. That's why I caution anybody. It's easy for anybody to sit on the internet and judge somebody off
Right.
outside appearance when you don't know all the inner workings of how much that dad tried to be in their kid's life. How many times that dad was rejected when he tried to love his kids, when he tried to teach his kids, when he tried to discipline his kids. You never know what that person's been through. I literally watched my daughter change from being a daddy's girl to hating my guts in a matter of
Man,
6
oh
years.
man, I cannot imagine that, bro.
That
That
is sad, bro.
hurt my
Like,
heart, dog.
like
got
when I
my
tell you therapy, like me, my brother, and me, my oldest brother, and my younger brother, we all go to therapy. And like for the last 5 years, we've been doing like phone calls, like video chats every month for 5 years. We'll sit down and we'll talk about trauma we're dealing with. We're talking about pain and how we deal with it, how we exercise, like how we get we got, like me and my baby brother. The picture I sent y'all the other day, me and my baby, that's my baby brother. Me and my baby brother been in the gym working out. Like he lives in Georgia, he lives in Atlanta. I live here in South Carolina. And I go to a gym here, he goes to a gym there. We video call each other while we working out. We talk and we motivate each other. Like
Right.
it's stuff like that that's helped me mentally get back right. You know what I'm saying? Because I got other kids. You feel me?
Yeah.
Then I got my step kids, and then I got my biological kids. But I don't believe in step kids because I raised all my children. You feel me?
Right.
So
Sure.
I'm one of them kind of dudes that's like I don't know how any dude or any female can neglect their kids when the world is so evil and so vicious, and it's so much out here. And then these Epstein files come out, and you see what's happening to these little children. I couldn't imagine if my kids were a victim to some rich, perverted goofball, and my kids around, they're not being heard by nobody. I'll be in jail. I just know me. I'll be locked up under the jail, smiling in my mugshot, because I know me. I know me when it comes to my children. Even my daughter right now, all she has to do is call me and tell me, Dad, I need you. I'm there. It's always there. And I told her, my door is always open to you. I don't care how you feel, because you're speaking from a place of emotion when you don't know what you're talking about. But I'll let you have it, because for the sake of argument, I've been through years of abuse from not only your mama, but my son's mama too. You feel me? So I haven't been through so much abuse and being walked on and being treated like I was the bad guy, when in actuality, I was only trying to be a dad.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't trying to have no relationship with your mama. I was literally, we done did our thing. We done made you. It was over. It didn't work out. I moved on. I found my wife. I've been with her now for about 20 years. We've been married almost 17 years. And the thing about it, and you want to know what the wild part about all of this, though, General, that I found out from both their mouths, is the fact that they were jealous that I found somebody to really love me.
Yeah, you know something, Trill, when you mentioned that, bro, that's really where it's at the heart of this situation. There's a lot of women in our society today that carry a lot of jealous envy within themselves. Like the fact that you found a woman that loved you and admired you for about 2 decades, and they can't stand that, they feel like that should have been me. But there were a lot of mistakes that they made with you that prevented that from happening. And they don't know how to take accountability with it, man.
Right. But
Yes.
it's the wild part, though, is I was one of them ones that was one dimensional when talking about parenthood, parenting, and being and like toxic moms and toxic women and all that. I was really kind of like look. I was raised in the church. I was raised by both parents. I wasn't raised to be in the street. I wasn't doing none of that. Like when most people, like when I hear y'all talking about like the general talking about how y'all was having fun, y'all was hanging out and all that. I didn't get a chance to do none of that when I was younger. I didn't start wilding out till I went to the military. That's when I really spread my wings. I spread my wings when I went to the Marine Corps. When I got in the Marine Corps, shoot, man, it was balls to the wall then. It was over with. It was up. Because, you know, I didn't have nobody really chaining me down. You know, I wasn't chained down by disappointing my dad because I was all the way in Japan. You know what I mean? So I didn't have none of that. I had the strict Christian, oh, you can't listen to R&B, hip hop music. You can't do this. You better not be talking to none of them fast tail girls. None of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Man,
so
bro.
when the general say that, like when he said that, I remember my parents. I remember everything about my childhood, and that's the reason why I'm in therapy now. Like that stuff scars somebody like me. It scars a lot of people, and some people just ain't got the courage to say nothing about it. It's easy for you to point the finger and pick at somebody and say, "Oh man, you let that mom do that. You let that person do this. You let that person do that." Now, what would you have done?
No,
would you just because you gotta think about it. Look, put yourself in my situation. So me and my son's mom, we arguing the day before she ended up calling me back and starting an argument with me the day before my wedding. So what was I do? I jeopardized my wedding day. I ruined it for the rest of my kids who are already there. Or on the sake of just one, or do I bite the bullet, let her have it, and then enjoy my wedding day?
That's right.
I chose the latter.
That's
I chose the latter.
Absolutely.
But see, that's good though, because you matured early. You know what I'm saying? I matured late. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that kind of stuff, because I was smart, but I was violent, and only reason why. Not now, mind you, I'm not talking about violent against women. Like I don't hit on women. I'm talking about.
Had a hot temper.
Yeah, I had a hot temper, right? You know what I'm saying? And I was real sneaky about it too. Like if I felt like somebody had snake me or you thought you was finna, I'll get you. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, it's so for somebody like me at that time, it's hard for me to accept somebody saying, "Oh man, she won't let me see my kids. She won't," because in my mind, what, bro? How's she gonna not let you see your kid? Because I'm assuming everybody has my mentality. Because like, you know what I'm saying? But that's not, that's stupid. Because as I got older, I realized, bro, you gonna end up in prison for the rest of your life doing dumb shit. Like you just
gonna crash out.
Right.
You gonna crash out.
Right. You telling people like I'm sitting here like, because I can't even fathom somebody telling me I can't see my kids. And like, bro, are you out of your mind? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause in my mind, okay. You just, you had an accident going to work tomorrow. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I can't see my kids. Like, that's how I'm thinking. But that's a stupid, because now you crash out like that, who going to take care of the babies?
Right.
Exactly. Yep.
And then you got to put into play, the residual damage that happened to your kids when they see you crash out.
Absolutely.
My kids ain't never seen me. My kids see me get mad one time. They see me get, like, I'm talking about, I'm ready to fight. I'm going to jail. Y'all, I got bail money. Here's the bail money. Here's my card. Take my card. You can go ahead and post bail for me because I'm finna go ahead. I'm finna do something bad. And I'm talking about, like, my daughter and my wife was trying to hold me from going out the door because they knew what I was going to go do. I had my pistol. I had my pistol on. I had my Timbs, my sweatpants. I had the hoodie on. I had my 9 with me. They knew what I was going to do. I was going to do something stupid. I got that mad. I let somebody take me out of my character that bad. And I was about to go crash all the way out. And by the grace of God, my baby girl, Key, she came and she said, Daddy, I can't lose you. And she started crying.
Yeah.
And I lost it. And I hugged her. And I told her I love her. And I told her I would never let you see me like that again. And it ain't happened since. And that was 15 years ago.
Yeah. Good stuff.
See, I learned a lot of lessons in all this, General. I really did. I learned a lot of lessons. Like I watched all the criticisms. I've listened to them like thoroughly. I've sat in group sessions and stuff. Even when I went to therapy sessions and sitting with other guys who was dealing with the same thing I was dealing with, listening to their stories and listening to how they do. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why would you allow that? Why would you allow that woman to put you in a place to lose everything you worked hard for when you're trying to be an example, especially for your sons? You're trying to be an example for your sons. But I'll tell you what, General, as much demonic stuff that my baby mom tried to do along with my son is in college in Charleston right now. He's a DJ. He's the one that I posted the video of. Me and him talk every single day. And you want to know how that came about? I didn't call him. He called me out the blue. He said, "Dad, I miss you." And that was it, because I was on the path of, I'm not going to be the reason why my son thinks crashing out is the answer. I'm not going to be the reason why my son thinks that this is the way to do something right. This is the right way to do it. And then since then, he even told me out of his own mouth, he said, "Dad, I understand now why you had to do what you had to do, because you did it for me." And I told him exactly why I did what I did. I did it for you. I did it for the safety. I did it for the safety and sanctity of you, because I didn't want you to grow up like that, because I didn't have to grow up like that. I didn't grow up with my dad fussing and yelling with my mom. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in that type of environment. I didn't want my kids growing up in that type of environment. Like, if I ever got mad at my wife, I'm not going to blow up on her in the house. I'll shut the door. If the kids can hear me, guess what I'm doing? I'm getting in my car. I'm going to go drive, blow off some steam, and I'll come back and I'll talk to my wife with a cool tone then. And I can tell her how I feel. But it took a while to get there.
Yeah, and that's the key to one of the keys, I think, to a successful relationship, having effective communication like that, because when you lose the communication, the ability to talk to each other, it's pretty much the relationship going to be over with, because and we all got, pride, and no man want to be talked to any type of way, and a woman don't want to be talked down to, especially in front of the kids and all that. So you're gonna have to find the medium and way to talk. And like you said, a good woman, a woman who's feminine and understands her real power, she's gonna know that when you hot, she's gonna know how to cool you down, or wait until you cool down before y'all finish that discussion. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna keep pushing, and that's what be irritating me about a lot of chicks that I see online. First of all, shout out to the brother Tripe the Ghost in the super chat with that 5-piece. Thank you for the support, brother. He said Fire Show 100. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. What's up, Akando? Salute to on the chat. But what I'm gonna say is, like, what irritates me about a lot of stuff I see online is it's easy to see why a lot of people ain't in relationships, because they don't know how to effectively communicate with each other. See, some women think that the word submission or to submit is a bad thing, right? Or it's like, or degrading to them, but it's not. Okay, submit. I say this all the time on Patreon. Submission only means to yield. Okay, so if you see that this man is roaring like a lion, okay, now you know that it's danger. Okay, you can't whoop him. It's danger. So now you yield. And let him calm down, and then you use your real power, your feminine energy, to speak to him, to communicate. You can't match his energy, because you done pissed him off, and now instead of shutting up, you steady pushing, right? So now you're gonna take it left, and the first thing you're gonna do if he slap you is, you finna call somebody else, or you finna pick up a weapon and you want to poke him or something, or shoot him. It's ridiculous. All this could have been avoided. A lot of these confrontations could be avoided if you yield. Okay, like when I'm driving, I gotta yield to oncoming traffic. I can't just bulldoze. Oh, I don't care. Oh, I got an Escalade. You got that little ass car. I'm in my Escalade. I ain't stopping at the stop sign. No, because if you don't yield, somebody gonna crash, and that's the same thing in a relationship. You know what I mean? So a good woman knows when to do that. You know what I'm saying? If things get too heated, like Will said, you go for a walk, go for a drive, cool your head off, and come back. You know what I'm saying? And You know what I'm saying? So it won't escalate. Your kids won't have to see no toxic environment, because that's scarred kids, man. Listen to that mess. You know what I mean?
Hey, General. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
General, how much longer you gonna be on?
I'll be on here for about another hour, probably.
Hey, I'm about to go in the house. I just got home from work. I'm gonna go in the house and get on my computer so I can hear it better. It's starting to trip now. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, 7-8 though. Let me ask you a question though, because this is really what. Here's what I really started to believe. I really started to believe that, you know, for me personally, I don't have kids and I'm not a father yet. You know, because I haven't reached that barrier yet in my life. But my issue with, you know, for us single guys though, like, you know, one of the reasons why I've been kind of single in my life is not just because I'm hesitant to talk to women like that. It's because of the fact that if we're going to be together down the line, if I trust you to be the mother of my kids, when we get to that point, can I trust that you're going to be the example, just like how I'm going to be, to make sure that our kids know that when things get tough, this is how you conduct yourself as a person. That, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, women. Y'all, you need to understand that you can't just assume that you can just be the boss of anything, because at the end of the day, if you try to be like that, you're going to be more lonelier for the rest of your life. It's just, I don't know, bro. It's just a very, very difficult cycle. And especially in today's modern society, where a lot of women these days are priding themselves on being solely independent. Like,
well, the thing is, what's up, Howard? When I see you in the building, shout out to Justin in the building. I see Justin, salute. I think that what's social media, like I really believe social media has been horrible for especially for Black folks, but for everybody in general. It's got its good things about it as far as easy access to information, but it's very toxic social media, man. And people are easily influenced by things that's happening on social media and other people's relationships. You got people now, like I just did a video yesterday I put up on this channel, on No 304 Show channel, where a broad on here talking about she asking strangers, should she leave her man? Should she leave her husband? This man take care of the kids and pay all the bills. And you asking strangers, should you leave him? And because he lacks ambition, you want more. What more do you want? This comes from watching Real Housewives of Atlanta and watching all these fake reality TV shows where you think you never satisfied, you never full.
You know, that reminds me of when Tia Mowry did the same thing. Exact same thing. She had a good husband and everything that took care of the kids and all that. And then you decided to dump his ass for what? It's because you graduated. BS, man.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I don't know their situation, but I know the girl you're talking about, the one of them twins, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I think social media has affected a lot, especially now you got the gender war stuff going on social media. You got a bunch of dudes on here that ain't never got no chicks in real life, frustrated, and they arguing with chicks who basically prostitutes, pretending like they good girls and stuff. So just a bunch of fakeness anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't nobody really want to take accountability for the real issues, you know what I'm saying? And I think that it's enough blame to go around. If you're talking about the destruction of the Black family, it's enough blame to go around if we're being honest. But we have to take a look at the situation like this. If you have, shout out to the messenger, what it do, salute. If you have men with all this craziness what we got going on in the society today, when you have a man or men in society that want to be husbands and want to have children and want to raise those children, want to take care of a woman, then what else do you want? What else do you, as a woman, do you want? I'll be interested to see women sit down and say what it is that they actually want from men. And not all women as a whole, but individual women on a panel. I want to hear women on the panel individually. Oh, this is what I require from men. This is what I want. And I guarantee you, all the women are going to start copying off one, and it's going to be a bunch of fake nonsense. They all going to say something like they want a man who loves them, a man who's going to treat them right, a man who's financially stable. They're going to say all of that. But when the universe gives them that, now they want something else. See, that's what happens. It's just like a child. A child will tell you, I want ice cream. I want ice cream, Daddy. I want ice cream. Then
Right.
you get the child some ice cream. Daddy, I want some cookies. Wait, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, shut up. And this
Right,
is the same
bro.
thing women do. What's up, Will?
What's up with it, man? I'm back.
Hey, Will, can I comment something though, bro? Like about the part where you talked about how that one of your baby mama like drilled you in the face, bro. I don't know how. Let me comment on that, brother. I don't know how you were able to keep your composure and not just like flip the script and lose your mind and then do something real crazy. Like,
No, I know why. Because he's a lion. He knows his strength. You know what he can do.
I know.
But that's what happens. Though.
Well,
Plus,
Rio,
I had a dad there. I'd never seen my dad raise his hand to my mama.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I wasn't gonna be. And matter of fact, when I was 15 years old, I will never forget this. My uncle and his girlfriend, and they were fighting, like fighting. And I walk in the house and I see him on top of this woman, beating the brakes off this woman. I tackle him and I hold him in a chokehold till my dad gets up there. And my uncle got this look on his face, like you're supposed to be on my side. No, you're not gonna put your hands on this woman. Her face all bloodied up and all that. Like, damn. No, it's not gonna be like that. I've never in my life put my hands on a woman.
Hey, brother Blu-ray in the building. What it do, Blu-ray?
What up, fam? What's going on? What up, everybody?
Hey, good evening, Blu-ray.
What's good, fam?
Hey, man. Hey, Blu-ray. We talking about I told him, let me start over and tell the story real briefly so everybody can be up to speed. People who got in the chat. So basically, one of my homegirls a couple days ago, me and her were having a conversation, and she was real upset about, she got a bad relationship with her mom, and she was raised by her mom and her grandmother. She never knew her father, right? So her mother has always been real competitive and just mean and nasty to her, making fun of her because she darker than the rest of the girls and stupid shit like that, whatever, right? She always had a toxic relationship. But anyway, so she was like, I'm talking to her and stuff, trying to calm her down, and she just started going off about her daddy, talking about how she hate him and he's a piece of trash. So I said, well, I thought you said you didn't know your dad. She was like, I don't know him, but still, from what I hear about him, I'm like, well, hold up. You don't know if any of that stuff is true. Why would you hate a man that you don't know? You don't even know if this man knows you even exist. You know what I'm saying? You're hating somebody. You putting your anger into hating somebody that you don't even know exists. Or you don't know if he know you exist. You know your mother's a liar. You've already told me you got a bad relationship with her and she lie on you all the time. So how you know she ain't lying on your father? So she was like, she couldn't fathom the idea that her dad possibly could be a good man who just don't know she exists, or a man who just had to get away from this crazy ass woman, the same woman that's torturing you. All right, but I'm gonna play this clip here so you can see. This ain't my homegirl. This is some other chicks that I seen online. Let me see. Let me get it. All right.
Never liked me, and the older I get, the less I feel the need to sugarcoat that. There is a difference between wanting a baby and wanting to be a mother. Too many women confuse the two. There are so many women who love the idea of being a mom, but when it comes to actually parenting the child, they don't enjoy it. And some of those women will continue to have children and then simply not take care of them. I was the oldest of 2 kids in the house, but I wasn't her first child. She had a child before me that she left with the father. All 3 of us had different dads, and she had no contact with that kid. It used to really piss me off when she would talk about wanting a relationship with that daughter. Meanwhile, she made no effort to have a relationship with me. She used to tell me how much she wanted a boy. She gave birth to my brother, and suddenly she had everything she ever wanted. Him and I genuinely had 2 different versions of her, and she would remind me almost proudly how much she loved him. My dad was involved in my life. His dad was not. So she felt like she had to give him more of her so he wouldn't feel left out, which really meant that she gave me none of her. And I truly believe that she thought having me would keep my dad in her life the way she wanted him. And when that didn't happen, she resented me for it. Child services was in and out of our lives more times than I can count. But because of where we lived and who my mother was in the community, everybody looked the other way. Silence protected them, not me.
We always talk about absent dads, but we don't talk about toxic mothers. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's the disconnect with these types of students that you see.
Nobody listens to them. Nobody separates the trauma from the child. You don't know where they're coming from. They're coming from abuse. They're coming from food insecurity. They're coming from mothers who just cuss them out. You know how we just say, good morning, how are you? You want get your fucking up. You just like your dad. You're never going to be anything. So when you start programming a child's mind like that, by the time they come to school, I'm still processing everything that my mom said to me. How can I focus like in math when I don't even feel good about myself? You get into school, take your hood off, do this. How about, hey, did you eat today? Are you okay? You need a hug? I don't think people do it on purpose, and I don't think parents do it on purpose, but I think that's how they were raised. You know what I mean? And so it's like, well, I turned out okay. No, you didn't. You messed up. And like I said, I'm in therapy. I mean, because of the stuff that I went through. It's like when I come in, I create that safe place for them. I build relationships with them. It's not all about academics. It's about how are you doing? Are you okay? Did you eat today? I even wash clothes at school. People don't do that. Like, I give my kids like duffel bags, and they just roll it up to my office, and I'll go wash their clothes and fold it and send it back home, because I want them to show up at their best self. As an educator, I don't even just look as an educator. I'm a life changer. That's how I look at it.
Some mothers will be their kids' worst enemies. Let me tell y'all something. Some parents put kids against each other only because they want to play the middleman. They want to hear about your problems. They want to hear about your problems. And yes, they running back telling siblings. I am so glad that I was not raised in a family like that. But I spoke to a lot of women, and they tell me this all the time. They don't get along with the sibling. A mother is one of the first ones who could be your enemy. A mother is one of the first ones who could cause conflict between siblings. You don't know where the shit come from, but y'all 30s and 40s and y'all still going through the same shit because of your mother.
Mom, I hate you motherfuckers. The fuck? Duh. I hate all of my kids. Every single one of them. That's why I kicked them all out, but this motherfucker don't want to leave. The fucking bum ass that talks all the shit. Do you think this camera phased me? Do you think that?
You on YouTube, TikTok?
I don't care.
You know you don't.
I don't care.
You know you don't.
You want to call me a bitch in my house?
I disown you.
Put the camera right there on the food where I'm cooking.
I disown you.
I disown you.
You're not my mother no more.
I never wanted to be your mother. Looney Tunes.
Disown. Get back to
I burned the fucking pork chop. Cooking dinner.
Poor you.
Pour me. I don't eat pork chop first of all, so it ain't pour me.
Poor you.
So it ain't pour me. What else? What else? I don't eat pork chops. What else? What else? Stay right there. While I fucking have a recipe going on my phone. Show that.
Such a great mom.
Who said I was? I hate all of you motherfuckers. Get that fucking clear.
Such a great mom. You have a recipe going on. You already made yourself a little stupid.
I don't care. I hate all of you.
You already made yourself.
Put it on YouTube, TikTok. I don't care. I'll be viral. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what
yeah, I know. That's what I told you. What else?
Thanks for buying me this.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And then on top of it, thanks for buying me this.
Y'all see this?
Y'all see this?
Every day my sister,
17-year-old.
Percy.
Y'all see this?
She saw her kids.
Nah, except for Kaizen.
She saw her
Only you all. Get it right.
Look at her.
I don't like any of you. What else?
I know.
I don't know.
We all knew that.
Good.
We all knew that.
I know. And I'm telling you that. I'm reiterating what you already know. I'm agreeing with you. What else? What else are you going to try to tell me that ain't true? That I already know about myself?
I didn't say you the one who said it.
And I'm agreeing with you. What? Ask your dad too. I told him too. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. You think he wants any of you neither? The fuck? I'm just saying. It's the truth. Nobody wants y'all.
My daddy cares about me.
Good. Because I don't. At least one parent does. Shit. At least one parent does. Thank God for your dad. I give him props for that.
Y'all see this shit, man?
That man, I give that man a high five props. Her father. His father deserves a high five props because he cares about these crazy ass kids that I have to deal with.
Why do narcissistic mothers get worse with age? Because they start losing the things that once gave them power. As their looks, status, or influence fade, they cling to what's left, their role as the mother. They demand loyalty, attention, and obedience, even when they've done nothing to earn it. You'll see a lot of guilt tripping, self-victimization, and gaslighting. But none of it is about you. It's about their insecurity, entitlement, and fear of losing control.
Yes, indeed. All right, Blu-ray man. What's your thoughts on why do you believe that well first of all, do you even agree with that? Because I said that uh, it seemed like women or toxic mothers get a pass in this society, and people mainly focus on the fathers and not the toxic mothers.
Yeah, man, it's a sisterhood thing. It's and I know some of y'all watch the panels that we've been doing on the 0304 show lately. And
Yes.
when it comes to women holding other women accountable, they just can't call each other out. They even if they don't agree, they'll just stay in silence and keep the sisterhood code amongst each other. And it's crazy, even when they do that, you'll hear a lot of women say, I don't hang around with women. You hear grown adult women say that women are messy and they'll call women out, but at this on that front, but they won't call them out directly a lot of times. It's like this unwritten rule where, we're not gonna blast each other out, even if we have, even if we don't agree, if we're on an actual panel together. Now if you just have people that different women that just don't like each other, then you'll see them not liking each other. But even in that, but when it comes to going against men, you never see them really going against each other. But they'll go against men all day long. But and when I say that, men will hold other men accountable. When the man's a deadbeat, we'll call him out, front him out, talk bad about him, etc.
Yeah.
When a woman is a deadbeat mother, it has that they're gonna reference it back and connect it back to a man and just won't be honest about the character of the woman.
Right. That's right there. That part right there. That's my thing. That's what irritates me. Is like even when a woman get caught with her hand in the cookie jar, and ain't no man in sight. That's her hand sneaking in the cookie jar at 3 a.m. Somehow, well, if the man would have fed her at 5 o'clock, then she wouldn't have been hungry in the middle of the night. Shut the hell up! It's just diabolical.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's always some excuse for him.
Yeah. Nah, I agree, brother. Like it's truly disheartening how it be, man, because like it's a lot of trash women out here, bro, and they just won't even be honest about it. And it's just like when you look at, just even when the mother is down bad, some women will they'll live on the street before they give the goddamn kid to the father, knowing the father is the best situation for the child to be in. But because they're so selfish that they only think about themselves, and it's this
Bruh.
we don't have no control over you having a child. But even if you have the child, you're gonna do everything you do to upset me, control the child. And that's why, and I don't condone it, but that's why I've seen men give up on their children, because the woman weaponizes the child against them. Now,
Yeah.
I don't agree with a man not giving up fighting for a child, but on the flip side, I can still understand why some do, if I'm being honest.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what we was just talking about there earlier. And how I changed my perspective a little bit on that, because if the man is thinking about doing some harm to somebody, you know what I'm saying, or if he, you know what I mean, if he can't, he might want to get away from it. Especially if you got to fight against some diabolical lies, man. You trying to convince, you got to convince your own kid that you a good person, and you didn't raise these kids, and the woman then filled their head with all kind of filthy lies and disgusting stuff and just manipulative. I'm telling you, man, a lot of brothers don't know how wicked. Listen, man, a woman can lie, a woman can be hurtful. A woman, if she mad at you, she's scorned. That woman can say some filthy stuff about you, dog.
I'm talking about bad, brother.
Bad, bro, and have people hating your gut. You be like, man, no, she couldn't have said that. You wouldn't even believe it. No, she didn't say that. She wouldn't have said that. No, ain't nothing even happened to warrant her making up a lie like that. You know what I'm saying?
Been there, done that, dog.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, man. Hey, what Blu-ray just said, that right there is powerful, because some women do go to great lengths to try to demasculate, you know what I'm saying? Try to take the masculinity out of a man, try to make him out to be weak and all this, and all he's doing is being passive so that his kids can have a better life. Yep. Like they'll take that and make you sound, oh, he gay, he this, he's that, because he don't want to argue back and forth with you. Mm-hmm. So they'll make that they'll circle up that arena, in the court of public opinion you'll go with the woman 9 times out of 10 though.
Oh, they always gonna do that, because especially, and then what's even worse
every time.
What's even worse is other men that ain't on code. They gonna go with the woman because they so messy and they so thirsty for some sideline coochie. These dudes gonna side with the broad. You know what I'm saying? The broad come out here making up lies and this and that about you and all that stuff. Man, I tell girls all the time, I say, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, I just had to tell a female this about a month ago, you know what I'm saying, who broke up with her dude, and I knew both of them. You know what I'm saying? We was all part of the same crew. We used to all kick it and stuff like that when they was together. But she hit me up talking about she ain't with him no more, this and that. I was like, oh, I ain't know that. Yeah, he was messing with such and such, and he was doing this behind my back. I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry to hear that, whatever. But I don't really want to. I'm uncomfortable because I know both of them, so I don't want to hear all this. But she like, yeah, and he this and that, and I think he. I said, no, don't do that. I said, don't do that. Don't say you think he gay, because you've been with this man for 3 years. So don't say you think he gay now. All of a sudden, magically he gay when you was just with him. Y'all black, they gotta stop doing that. Like, just because you get mad at somebody, I know you hurt, but you gotta stop the slander stuff, man. Stop trying to emasculate this dude, and then what happened? Now people from our inner circle who all was hanging with each other, now these dumb ninjas going to the bar with her. I said, but what y'all going to the bar with her for? Y'all know that dude, ex-girl. Oh no, I mean, we was all friends. Man, sit your thirsty ass down. Nobody want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, come on, bro.
I try to get in where they fit in.
Man, ain't no way I'm ever finna be kicking one of my homies' girls after they break up. For what?
No, man. I'm gonna tell you a funny story, General. One of my cousins, like me and my brothers and them, we got a code. Like, we would never date anybody. If any of my brothers dated a girl, a chick, I don't care how long it's been. We ain't dating behind I'm not dating behind we never done it. Well, my cousins,
never.
That'll never happen. Like, never. Like, General, if you was dating this chick, like y'all was cool 3-4 years.
Abel, is that you? It's another Abel coming up here. Let me see something. Abel, that's you back there?
Yeah, that's me. Okay. I accidentally clicked my window screen for some reason. I'm back.
Oh, it's all good. Okay, go ahead, Will.
Yeah, like, General, say for instance, like me and you brothers, right? Mm-hmm. And you dating this chick, y'all was cool, whatever, and y'all end up breaking up, not working out. There ain't no way I'm gonna go to that broad and I'm gonna talk to her, and me and her start like cooling and start linking up. It's not gonna happen, dog.
Yeah,
it's never gonna happen. Like, it's never happened. Like, me and my brothers and them, legitimately, I got 4 brothers, and between all 4 of us, we've never ever dated behind each other. No, that never happened.
And I got 2 brothers. Man, that ain't even a thought in the world, bro.
Heck no, bro.
It's like that. Even with our friend, bro. I don't do none of that, bro. There's too many women out here, bro.
No, bro. I would never date behind you, General. None of y'all. I would never date behind y'all. It's too many women out here.
Same with me, bro. Like, even if I'm not with the dude no more, I'm not gonna do that slick behavior, bro. Like, there's certain things as a man you do not do, and that's one of them.
That's one of the man codes. That's like the number 1 man code.
Code, exactly.
You don't do that. That's messy as hell. You legitimately trying to start some beef with your homie. And if that was any kind of homie of yours, there's respect right there. You gotta have that much respect for him. You know what I mean? So you don't go behind him and then you go, oh, I know 7-8 he wasn't doing for this, he wasn't doing this, he wasn't doing that.
That's how you know.
That's how you get slapped.
Yeah, that's how you get touched that way, bro. For real. We're gonna have to see each other for real.
They be having undercover zesty stuff going on. Weird competition trying to follow other men. But let me let let me let the brother Harwin cook. What's happening with it, homie? Harwin, you on mute. Oh, he might have stepped away for a minute. P. Smurf, what's happening with it, bro? You on mute too?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, y'all. Whoever muted me, it made it hard coming out. What up,
Okay.
7-8? What up, fam? What up, Trey? What's up,
What
fellas?
up? What up? What up? What up?
Not much, man. Great topic. This actually a wonderful topic, and I just actually was talking about this. But going back to what y'all was talking about a minute ago, yeah, that we call it crossing paths. And some of the guys that, you know what I'm saying, some of my guys super nasty. And I definitely don't know and where they go and what they do. They my guys, but I'm definitely don't want shit they got and shit they done had. You feel me? And with the number of women that's in this world, we should never cross paths. And now that I done got older, I'm like, man, nobody should never have the same baby mama.
Yeah, that's right.
Never.
Yeah, I
never.
I haven't had not a nigga in my hood that had the same baby mama.
You
never.
Feel me?
Nobody in my circle like that. You know what I mean?
That's weirdo,
bro. Listen, my nigga, ain't a nigga in my hood got the same baby mama. We don't even play them type. Bro, nigga play them type game. Nigga asking for a real issue, bro.
Facts.
That's why, hey, King G, whenever we'll revisit this topic, man. That's why I sent you the video, bro. Hey, this nigga here can tell you some stories. Him and Trill Will got similar background with this craziness, man. This topic,
bro. I got paperwork, bro. I can go in my safe right now, bro, and I will show you all the documentation, everything, stuff signed by a judge, the whole nine, bro. Like for real, this toxic mother culture, that's one of the things we need to kill in our society, especially in the black community. We need to kill that shit. ASAP Rocky. That's gotta go. You know what I mean? Like using your kid as a pawn, knowing that father loves his child, knowing that father wants to nurture and raise that child to be a good man or a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you want to do that, man. I legitimately can write. I can write several series of books about stuff that how I dealt with it, how it made me grow as a father, as a man, the whole nine.
Very well. Nigga, one of my partners, nigga, spent $250K and still didn't get his kid.
Oh, that's crazy.
This is how.
Oh, watch it. This nigga called me on that type of time. I say, fam, don't do that.
Hey, but you understand why he
I know where he went. I say, no,
I feel him.
No, listen. I told that nigga, bro, I'm talking about it was like guys, it was like the Holy Spirit spoke to me. And he called me before I say no. Before he even opened his mouth, I say no, bro, don't do that. Trey, no, nigga, no. Bro, watch this, bro. I swear to God, I prayed for that nigga, bro. No cap.
You got to.
I said, bro, the only thing we can do is pray. I say, my nigga, we ain't doing that. I understand, that's the path. We ain't doing none of that, bro. Like we way older. We ain't out there like that. So look, I said, bro, we gonna pray. I'm telling you what happened. This is true story. I call a nigga right now. We prayed. I say, bro, just keep going, bro. Just keep going. Nigga on the phone crying. I say, bro, just keep going. Nigga, don't you know, like 3 years later, nigga, she called that nigga out the blue and gave that nigga his kid.
That's how God works.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm talking about, nigga, I swear to God, I'm talking about I called him out the blue and just say, here, I'm sending him with you. Because she had took him to a whole nother state. You know what I'm saying? Like, just hopped up, disappeared, all that. Then she eventually like called him and all that. Then she was letting him see the kid and all that and everything. But she had already moved to a whole goddamn state. So this nigga driving to, matter of fact, she moved to Chicago from Texas. Nigga, he driving from Texas to Chicago weekly, my boy.
Right.
Just to lay eyes on the son. That's how much he loves his kid.
He love his kid, bro.
But he spent all that money and everything. Still didn't get that kid. Nigga, I told you, I said, bro, we gonna
do whatever, bro.
No,
man, salute to him.
But he got his kid right now to this day, bro. He got him right now.
And then I guarantee you, his kids love him.
Of course, he did it the right way. I'm glad he didn't crash out, man.
Oh yeah, he was on that time, boy, for real.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. See, me in my younger day, I'm glad I never had to go through nothing like that and that's why I never understood when brothers would say stuff like, "Oh, I can't," she won't let me see the kids. Now in my mind, I'm like, "What, like, bro? That's not even a question." But I'm I'm glad I never had to go through that because if that had happened to me in my younger days, I'd probably be in prison, bro. To be honest with you.
See, that's why you need conversations like this, bro. You need conversations like this for different object. And see, that's what broke me from having that one way, one line. Like, there ain't no way you can stay away from your kids. But then you gotta think about it. Women can weaponize the police system. They can weaponize the child court system. They can weaponize all this stuff because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna favor the woman.
Actually, he go to matter though. What we fail to realize, what God's word is, this is why I love why it's true. My people perish from a lack of knowledge, and this is what I learned. At the end of the day, your rights are depicted upon you. So one of the things that I learned, because I went through a divorce, and the coldest thing that God did for me was, because I didn't want to hire a lawyer, God would make me sit in that courtroom to the end, and I would sit there 7, 8. You hear me, Trey? You hear me? I would sit there for 2 to 3 hours and learn the system. And they literally taught me from 2002, and I was married. And once I finished learning that system, I understood, actually, we got more rights than a woman. We give our rights away. Because at the end of the day, when they say that child is 99.9% yours, that's your seed. Now, if you don't take the initiative to learn what's needed, because what I did was I did reverse weaponization. When my ex-wife didn't want me to see my child and tried to call the police, the next thing I said, call the police. I need to see a white shirt when that police show up, because that's the administration or the sergeant over anybody or any understanding, and they should know this paperwork. I say, listen, this is a judge's signature. Read that paper, and I wouldn't say nothing. And you know, I done had black men of color that would tell me, man, you shouldn't do this, or you don't. I say, man, shut up and call your supervisor. That supervisor come, read that paper and say, man, I can put you in jail, or you can let that child go with this man. Once they taught me that, I started teaching my brothers the system, and all my homies, I don't give a fuck who it is. If they up something, when they had to go and get their children, they would come to me and say, bro, what did you do? I say, here go the paperwork. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. You read over mine and you use it as a blueprint. From that point forward, I decided I don't give a fuck. Excuse my French, y'all, and I apologize. This is so passionate to me.
Yes, sir.
I don't care who it is. Before you put your seed in that woman, you better marry that woman, because once you get that contract is your control. You feel me? And when I tell you, the judge told her, I didn't even have to say nothing. If you deny that man the right to see his child, I'm going to put you in jail every time he shows up. And the time he misses seeing his child, you're going to serve that time in jail.
But here I gotta be the devil's advocate, because in the state of Georgia, on the other hand, it don't rock like that. And I know, because I spent $25,000 in court trying to get custody of my daughter.
Wow.
And what happened was, because in the state of Georgia, the father does not have rights to his kids until he legitimizes that child.
How you do that? True.
You have to go in front of a judge, and you have to petition the court for you to have legitimization over your child. That costs you $2,576.42, and I have the receipts in my safe.
And I believe. Is this as a baby daddy or as a husband?
This as a baby daddy.
Okay, okay, I can't argue that fact because I ain't a part of that.
That's what I'm saying. Because
okay, we talking two different things, but I'm listening to you.
That's what I'm saying. There's different, that, like me, I had to get away from like having a one-way thought process as far as this comes when it comes to, because for different states there's different laws. Like for Georgia, you got to legitimize your child before you have any custody to them, and you can Google that. You can look that up. I can literally show you my certificate of legitimization right now.
I believe it, brother. And once again, you ain't devil advocate. What I'm saying, we in two different.
No, but you're right though. You're right. You have to learn. You have to learn the system. Yep. You have to learn the system so you can beat the system. See, the thing about it in my case though was, It was the fact that I didn't know that my daughter was in the custody of the state of Georgia. I didn't know that at the time. If it wasn't for her grandmama calling me, Lord rest her soul, I never would have knew in the first place. I would have still just been paying child support while her mama was doing God knows what. And then, I mean, you have to literally go by the guidelines of how they set up child services in the state that you're in. Like, if you're in Papa Smurf, where you from, bro?
I'm in Chicago, Illinois.
So you in Illinois. So for every state, there are different laws when it comes to child, like child law, child custody, and the whole nine. I don't even know who the fashioner is. Fashioner, shut up. You don't. I can show you paperwork. Matter of fact, you're gonna make me go in my safe and grab it.
No, you ain't got to put your
You got to, bro. You good, Trill Will. Keep going.
Yeah, I can send it to you, General. I can let you see it for yourself. It got my personal information and shit.
Yeah, no, you good, bro. Keep going.
You know, you legitimately, like, if I would have listened to somebody like the Fashioner, matter of fact, somebody block him because he just
Fashioner, you disrupting the whole chat, bro. You over here talking like you just act like a female or something.
I'll show you the dope, big dog. We can get you on up out of here. Appreciate you. But
y'all vibing. Go ahead, teach Trill Will.
But the thing about it is, you have to learn the laws of your state because you were married, so that gives you some lineage to where you can step in and you can assert your right as the father. But when you were in my situation and you got lied to about even having a child in the first place, and then she moved to Alabama, and then she comes back to Georgia and then lies and say that you are a deadbeat, you know what I'm saying? Yep. You already starting on some bad rocky ground. Like I told you, bro, if I start telling y'all half the stuff that I done been through when it comes to my kids, I could literally write a book about it. And I have documentation to go along with it.
And you should, Trill Will, you know what I mean? Because brothers need that, bro.
Yes,
especially when you
and make sure you document everything. What saved my behind in court was the fact that I documented everything. And then on top of that, I had a witness. My wife was my character witness. She seen it. She was there. She seen the receipts when I was sending the money orders. She seen the receipts she seen the times when I was calling trying to get a hold of my daughter and bring she seen the fact that when my daughter came and stayed the summer with me, and she'll go back home talking about how much fun she had. She went to the pool with her stepbrothers and stepsisters and stuff. And she would go to the pool with her brothers and them. When she'll go back home and talk that, her mom will get mad. I'm talking about mad. Don't be talking about that. She would do that. And then she came out of her mouth and she even told my wife, oh man, I was just jealous because she don't get to see that type of lifestyle when she's here. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm doing my part. That since my daughter's living with you, I'm gonna make sure my daughter is okay. If she needs anything, she can call me. Daddy gonna take care of her. That's how it always has been. But when you go into a court of law, make sure that you got receipts. They don't care about hearsay, except when you're a woman. They don't care about that. I had a good attorney. I had a real good attorney. $15,000 paid for a very, very, very good attorney. And I thank God that he gave me the wherewithal not to crash out and be ignorant, because I had all rights to go in there mad, upset, yelling, screaming, and cussing. I had every right to, because I got lied to. And the state, even after the fact of getting a DNA test, even after the fact of paying for all that stuff, even after the fact of hiring a lawyer, paying a retainer, doing all that, even after that, they didn't even have the thought to even call me and say, hey, you want to come get your daughter? The state didn't tell me nothing. I had to learn from her grandma. You know what I'm saying? The system ain't here for the well-being of that child. They're here for the well-being of that money they get out your pocket. That's it. That's all. And the moment black men especially start figuring that out, that's when they know how to tackle the system. But you don't tackle the system with anger. That's the last thing you do. Once you do that, that's you already lost. Because that woman knows how to play you off your emotions. And that's exactly what she gonna do. That's why women say the stuff that they say. That's why you got this. That's why you that. That's why you get. That's why they say that stuff. They say that emotional stuff that it trigger you. So because they know it. Because if that woman's been with you long enough, she knows the words she can use to trigger you into doing something that would make you
they know what. Yeah,
exactly.
they know what button to push on the elevator.
Exactly. They know exactly which button to push.
Let me let the brother Harmon cook. He ain't cooked yet.
My bad,
Hey, yo,
Harmon.
salute.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you good?
Oh
You
no,
good,
bro. I was listening to you cook, bro. I was gonna build off you. I love learning from the brothers. I appreciate you letting me on your panel, 78. Hey,
Oh,
shout
it's
out
all
to the
good,
panel.
bro. You always welcome over here, man.
Yeah. Hey, to what the brother said, I think it was a brother on here that was talking. I think he said he was from Chicago. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. I'm from Chicago, Hart.
Yeah, me too. I'm from 144th in Dalton, bro.
Yeah, I'm right around the corner from you. I'm from the west side, but right now I'm on the south side.
All right, salute to you, fam. Southside
Do as
type.
well, my brother.
Yes, sir. But to your point, we got to get knowledgeable because when I was going through my divorce, I was flat broke. I was still in college. Matter of fact, I still ain't finished college because of that. Because I had to change my focus from that to locking in on what was going on with my divorce and my daughter. So I couldn't afford no lawyer. So what I did was I did the same thing I do on the tip of my history and languages and all that. I just went into the law and I had to represent myself. Luckily, I had got so good at it that she ain't want to fight against me because she kind of knew how I was with the knowledge. So I was the one that wrote up our agreement about how our visitations or how our joint custody going to go and everything. I wrote all that up because, like the brother said, we fell for the lack of knowledge. If you ain't got the money, it's always a way to do it. For any brothers that's out here listening, going through that situation might not be the same as mine or the brother. I think you said you was in another state from Illinois. From what you were just saying, everybody's situation different. Each state might have different laws and statutes. So it's things like this that need to happen, like panels like these that need to go on, and not just in front of everybody to see, but we need to get together in private and help. Because what these black women don't know, or they don't act like they want to know, because they don't wake up thinking about what they can do for their people. It's all about they self. So they don't know that they being used basically as agents against their own people. So them taking advantage of the law against us is working against them. But because they don't care nothing about knowledge of self or knowledge of law or the land or knowledge of health or anything, whatever the situation may be, they gonna think that they just going by what appease to their erroneous, selfish, coon beliefs. So we need to start calling them what it is. They agents, they acting like coons towards their people. And I ain't saying that's every woman, but y'all know what I'm coming from.
Absolutely, brothers. Insane, homie, insane. What's happening with it? You on mute, insane?
What's going on with it? How y'all doing tonight? 7-8, give me 2 minutes.
Good.
Let me come back. Let me come back in 60 seconds.
No problem.
Let me go. Give me 60 seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
Harwin, let me piggyback off you real quick, bro. I appreciate you saying that. Like if the J. Edgar Hoover said the greatest threat to America is unity between black people.
That's a fact, bro. That's in their government documentation.
Exactly. That's reason why they got the no man in the house law. The reason why they had all that stuff set up was to divide and to split up the black household, to keep all of us fighting each other. That's why I don't get into none of the red pill shows and none of that stuff when they're bashing black women or bashing black men and doing, you know what I'm saying? That's counterproductive. And that's what they want to see. They want to see you and your wife arguing. They want to see you and your ex-wife going at it and cussing each other out and talking down to one another and calling each other out your name. That's TV for them. That's why you see all these ratchet individuals. That's why you see them in the spotlight. That's why they'll bring the sexy reds out in the front and they'll propel them on every social media page and have them listed up and down. That's the reason why they do stuff like that. They do that because they know toxicity, it draws attention. And the more attention they can draw, the more the fact they can use that to say, hey, I told you those blacks were animalistic. I told you they were primal. I told you they don't know how to act. They're not this, they're not that. Then you have it concreted by a black woman talking about black men ain't this, black men ain't that. They sorry, they this, they bullet bags and all that other shit. They be saying you buying into the whole Willie Lynch letter. You buying into it.
No, it's a fact, bro. I be on the Brother Blu-ray show, and I be telling them like, yo, y'all don't understand the stuff y'all saying is Jim Crow rhetoric, and you don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm. The more Black history I studied, bro, the more I became wiser. And the more wiser I became, the more I wanted to spread it around to my people. That's the reason why I talk politics now. Is because a lot of our people don't know how the systems work. Once you discover how the system work, you know how to beat that system. Just like when it comes to our community. When it comes to our community, if we learn the rules and regulations and precedent behind our community, then that's how much powerful we can be. You'll look throughout history and see Black people beating down barriers and breaking walls down despite the system being set up for us to fail. You will see it.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, that's why these conversations are necessary and have to be had. So brothers who going through what they're going through know that they're not by themselves, and it don't make you weak or nothing like that. If you're stressing about some of this stuff, because look, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, man. All the accomplishments I have in my life, all the things I've done, my greatest accomplishment, the one thing I was proudest of the most was the fact that I had a Black family and I'm keeping it together. And that's why it was so painful to have to lose that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's your pride. That's what you work for. That's better than anything. Money, houses, anything. But when you gotta give that shit up, that's a hard pill to swallow. When you gotta admit these peckerwoods and beat you.
Yeah, it takes a strong man to admit that too, bro.
Yeah,
it takes a real strong. That shows more about your character than anything, bro. It shows that you're willing to accept things for what they are and move and change to make it better. Absolutely. Not wallow in self-pity, not make excuses for I could have, would have, should have. Man, if you could have, would have, should have, you would have already done it. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So but the pure fact of you're taking accountability for whatever happened is it speaks mounds about you, bro. I'm proud of you, to be honest with you. I'm proud. I'm very proud.
I am too. I am too. I think that's one of the things that I hate I failed in, but I push the next generation to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's pertinent for us to see men that speak on it and stand on it like that. So I give you your flowers too, my brother. You feel me?
Hey, appreciate y'all brothers, man. But yeah, it's definitely some difficult thing to deal with, but you gotta accept it eventually. What's up, brother Insane?
Oh man, how you doing tonight, Loco?
Chilling, fam.
Man, salute to the panel. Salute to the panel.
Yes, sir, man.
What we covering tonight?
Well, we talking about toxic mothers, man, and how it seems like the story I told earlier, I don't want to go over it again, but basically one of my homegirls was saying how she never met her father. She got a horrible relationship with her mother, but she blamed her father for why her life was all messed up and not the mother that she knows, the mother that raised her. And I was trying to tell her, like, you don't even know if your father know you exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just know, only thing you know about your father is what your mother told you about this man. This could all be capped. Your mother might not even know who your father is. You know what I'm saying? So you hate somebody you never met, right? Who might not even know you exist, but the woman who raised you basically tortured you and treated you like trash. That's who your anger should be aimed at. That's what I was telling her. So my question was, why should toxic mothers get a pass for destruction of the family?
Well, no mother should get a pass off of the things that she do, and it's crazy that you said that, because I went through something similar like that with my first two daughters, to where we had to get it together. They didn't like me over a failed relationship between me and their mama, because their mama slandered my name. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things she said was the truth, and a lot of it was a lie. But women have the tendency to always do that. They don't want to direct the anger where it needs to be directed at. They want to direct it towards you. Say what I was going through, dealing with women my whole life, dealing with my first my first wife that I had, you know what I'm saying? She would always put all the problems on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, like, you can't get it who you really mad at. You have to put it on me. And she would talk so negative and you know what I'm saying, just putting a nigga down and just doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? So, I felt like, well, damn, did that come from your mama, what she did to your daddy? You know what I'm saying? And I had to get away from that situation and be with a more non-egotistical woman, with a woman that was more down to earth and who accepted responsibilities when things wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? She did what she needed to do. Like I said, a lot of women don't want to place the blame where they need to place the blame at. And for your situation, what you said earlier, you know, you are right. It's a lot of kids out here that hate their fathers, but you know what I'm saying? But you're right, like the father might not even know that you was his. I'm not even know that you around, you know what I'm saying? But the mama gets so much leeway and the father don't, to say whatever she wants to say about the father, and boom, their children automatically believe it. Everybody love grandma, but don't nobody love granddad like that. Everybody want to keep secrets from dad, but everybody love mom. We praise mom to the high ceilings, but yet dad don't get no love though. And we went 50-50 on this baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing more for you than she doing for you, but yet you get all the credit. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why is that? Why do men not get the same credit as women get? And why do women get to get away with murder, but we don't get away with nothing? We can't get away with anything. If we made a wrong decision, it's the end of the world. But if moms do something and it can be big like that, they just sweep it under the rug. And that's why is that?
And the reason is because it's levels to it, right? At the end of the day, let us all take a moment and say, think about our mama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about our mama. Think about your mama. Now, your mama done did some stuff, right? But at the end of the day, no matter what, ups, downs, through and out, and that's not for everybody, but for those that can relate, mama was still there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's gonna be there through the nursing, through the let's say the how do I do it? What is it? Through the infantry nurturing, right? She's the closest thing when it comes to the children, when it comes to that. So their connection is instant. So we're gonna give her the pass. When it comes to men, let's look at society. First thing we say, if a man not taking care of his child, we never think about all the things that he went through unless you went through it. Now you give him a pass. Other than that, you like, man, you supposed to do this and supposed to do that. Not understanding. We never talk about mental health. We always put away because men supposed to be strong is what they say. And they lied to us, right? So mama's gonna always be the closest connection. She's the intricate part. That's the level to it. Now, when we become teens, our mind change a little bit, right? Because now we dealing with women. And we like, hold on. This goes into play. This goes into play when it comes to women. Okay, let's level it up. Now we young adults. Are we dealing with women? Now we see they lie, they cheat, they do the same thing we do in a sense. But we still reflect back to our mama forgetting. Like I remember my boy Trey said one day, he said, how many women on here, how many people on here, their mama was a side chick? A lot of people won't even admit their mama was a side chick. I'll tell them, my mama was a side chick. My dad was married. You feel me? So until we take that accountability to say, yo, at the end of the day, she made a bad decision and I need to hold her accountable. Now I need to look across because she the one that taught me and trained me and told me what it looked like to be a woman, not by her speaking sometimes, but by her actions. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, it comes from us first. So we have to look at the fact that sometimes we don't even hold our mama accountable, but we'll hold our wife more accountable than our mother. And it's not for us to do it, but when you think about the nature of human, that's what goes into play. So now you gave mama a pass. You ain't gonna give your wife a pass when you gave mama a pass and you knew mama was aside?
Yeah.
Can I cut in on that one real fast? Go ahead,
cut in, my brother. It's a conversation.
My whole thing as a young man, I always held my mother accountable. When something went wrong, I held my mother accountable. Why? Because I seen what my father did. My father was a stand-up dude, whether he was a P or not. He gave me the ropes. He showed me the ropes how women work or whatever. Well, my thing is this, even my mother, at sometimes she couldn't accept accountability. But when I set her down, I didn't sit her, I can't sit my mother down. But when I talked to moms on the side or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and let out my frustrations and things that I felt like she did wrong or whatever, she admitted to me, you know what, son, I was wrong and I'm gonna try to do better. While I watched my brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, take it out on Pops. What you gotta understand is moms left Pops. So Pops did what he had to do. Pops started pimping after that. And the game was the game after that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, because I heard you say a lot of mother and wife and things like that, I hold my wife accountable. I hold my wife accountable just like she holds me accountable. Like I said, it's the women that you deal with, because a lot of women out here got a lot of mental illness. And I know a lot of people don't want to look at that, you know what I'm saying? But they got a lot of mental illness. A lot of these women stop maturing at the age of 15, 16.
Facts.
They brain stop developing, and we hate to look at that because she fine, she thick, you know what I'm saying, she got the long pretty hair, she look exotic, bro, but she's a bozo. At the same time, she's a bozo. So when we gonna take accountability for who we laying up with?
And that's it right there. Hate insane. That's the part right there. And that's why I said, even when we were speaking concerning the whole thing with paternity or going to court, or if you, with our lack of knowledge, which this is why we are the generation that's changing everything. We are the generation now that's even holding the courts accountable to say, no, we not finna pay child support until one, we know this child is ours, because we seen Murray, we seen divorce court, we seen paternity court, we see that this is in play. And even if the woman is my wife, I still need my paternity test. And I did that. All my children, I made sure no matter what, that one, I married their mother, but two, at the end of the day, I get their blood tested. And if they don't have this bloodline and this trait, guess what? Something ain't right. And we know what we need to do next on that. So one, I applaud your dad, but whatever he did in order to make sure that you had this mindset, you see what I'm saying? And now you finna change the whole legacy in the sense of your thinking, and that's what was needed for you and your bloodline.
Yes, sir. Hey, man.
That's one. My bad.
Oh, go ahead. It's saying whoever was finna say something real quick.
That's 100% facts, right? And the thing is this, like I say, I was raised up under some real isms, some real guidance from my step pops, you know what I'm saying, about the streets, and my pops from the streets. So I understand everything, but I know how to take accountability. I know how to be there for my children, because what a lot of people don't recognize is when the child is with the father, they go further in life than just with the mother. And a lot of people want to look past that, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of women that like to keep their children away from the father, you don't know you damning your children. Like you not just hurting the father, but you hurting your children about the nurturing and the game that they can get, because a little girl's first love is her father. And that's her role model, the guy that she looks up to. That's what she gonna look for in the streets. By her just being with you when you got niggas in and out the house, she sees that. That's what get these little 15, 16-year-olds with the eyelashes, the fake hair, the nails, and all that moving all fast. And what you do with the son is this: since my father ain't in the house, it leads him to the street, because I gotta have some type of guidance, because this woman can't guide me, but yet the streets can guide me. You feel what I'm saying? And this is when, you know, you get raised to be a killer. You get to raised to be a real nigga and all that, just instead of being who you was really supposed to be. But if your mother wasn't the bitter broad that she was, you know what I'm saying? If she wasn't the bitter broad that she was, she would understand that she was hurting her offsprings. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking a little bit. Give me one more second, Seth, mate. My bad, look. I got to get this out. You know what I'm saying? We get with these bitter ass broads, man. Like I say, by the way they look, how fat they butt is, you know what I'm saying, and the things that they can do for you possibly. But if you sit down and actually give a broad an interview, like a job interview, you know what I'm saying, you sit here and you study her and you see how she asks certain questions, she gonna tell you who she is. Spend a little time with her, you know what I'm saying, before you take the condom off. Before you decide to rock with her all the way, before you decide to trust her and show her where all the safes is and where the money is and where the bodies is hid. You know what I'm saying? Biggie Small said it the best on that Take Money with Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? Listen to that to that verse when he said, you know, he spent all his money on his broad, and she was effing everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that be on us, man. Start interviewing these broads, man, like she about to come for a job. You know what I'm saying? Because once she get in your life, she can destroy you or she can lift you up. And with the women that we have out here right now, bro, they gonna destroy you because these bras ain't raised right. That's all I got,
bro. Man, that's good cooking. But man, we're gonna have to get up out of here early because well, not early. We've been cooking for 2 hours, but we about to come right back. Blu-ray about to come live again, and he gonna do his midnight show. So man, y'all tune in. He coming up at 10 o'clock, about 6 minutes from now. But thank y'all, brothers, to the panel. This is an excellent cook.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Love 78. Love my brother.
Salute to you, 78. Appreciate
much
you.
love. Much love, 78. Do great advice here tonight.
Y'all brothers, man. Appreciate y'all, man, for joining up. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. We up out of here though. Salute to the chat, man. Thank y'all. Tune in to Blu-ray. Deuces.